Kubor ka Batisi TV. Lawan Rashapi da ka Frank Motors. I am Tata Punch. Price starting at 5.80 lakhs. Ringkat bat ka net foodish. Ordar mapi nginwan ra amangi hakirdob yeng jongpi.
Now we come to item number 9, Constitution and Passing of Government Bills. Sri President Tinsong, Deputy Chief Minister in charge, to move that Meghalaya street vendors, protection of livelihood and regulation of street vending, repealing Bill 2022 be taken into consideration. Deputy Chief Minister, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the Meghalaya street vendors, protection of livelihood and regulation of street vending, repealing Bill 2022 be taken into consideration.
Motion moved. I will now put the question before the House. The question is that the bill be taken into consideration. Those who are in favor say aye. Aye. Those who are against say no. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. And the motion for consideration is adopted. Now we come to item number 10. Sri President Tinsong, Deputy Chief Minister in charge, to move that the Meghalaya street vendors, protection of livelihood and regulation of street vending, repealing Bill 2022 be passed. Deputy Chief Minister, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the Meghalaya street vendors, protection of livelihood and regulation of street vending, repealing Bill 2022 be passed.
Motion moved. Now let me put the question before the House. The question is that Meghalaya street vendors, protection of livelihood and regulation of street vending, repealing Bill 2022 be passed. Those who are for the motion say aye. Those who are against say no. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. The motion is carried. And Meghalaya street vendors, protection of livelihood and regulation of street vending, repealing Bill 2022 is passed. Now we come to item number 11. Sri James K. Sama, Minister in charge law, to move that the National Law University of Meghalaya Bill 2022 be taken into consideration. Minister in charge, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the National Law University of Meghalaya Bill 2022 be taken into consideration.
Motion moved. Now let me put a question before the House. The question is that National Law University of Meghalaya Bill 2022 be taken into consideration. Motion moved. I will now put the question before the House. The question is that bill be taken into consideration. Those who are in favor say aye. Aye. Those who are against say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it, and the motion for consideration is adopted. Now we come to item number 12. Sri James K. Sama, Minister in charge, to move that the Meghalaya street vendors, protection of livelihood and regulation of street vending, repealing Bill 22 be passed. Chief Minister, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the National Law University Meghalaya Bill 2022 be passed.
Sorry, some correction in the typing error. We'll get it corrected. Yeah. Motion moved. Now let me put question before the House. The question is that the National Law University of Meghalaya Bill 2022 be passed. Those who are for the motion say aye. Aye. Those who are against say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is carried, and the Meghalaya street vendors protect the National Law University of Meghalaya Bill 2022 be passed. Those who are for the motion say aye. Aye. Those who are against say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it, and the National Law University of Meghalaya Bill 2022 is passed. Now we come to item number 13. Sri Conrad K. Sama, Chief Minister in charge Finance, to move that Meghalaya Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Amendment Bill 2022 be taken into consideration. Chief Minister, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the Meghalaya Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Amendment Bill 2022 be taken into consideration.
Motion moved. I will now put the question before the House. The question is that bill be taken into consideration. Those who are in favor say aye. Aye. Those who are against say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it, and the motion for consideration is adopted. Now we come to item number 14. Sri Conrad K. Sama, Chief Minister in charge Finance, to move that the Meghalaya Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Amendment Bill 2022 be passed. Chief Minister, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the Meghalaya Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Amendment Bill 2022 be passed.
Motion moved. Now let me put a question before the House. The question is that Meghalaya Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Amendment Bill 2022 be passed. Those who are for the motion say aye.
Aye.
Those who are against say no. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. The motion is carried and the Meghalaya Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Amendment Bill 2022 is passed. Now we come to item number 15. Sri James K. Sangma, Minister in Charge Taxation, to move that the Meghalaya Professions, Trades, Callings and Employments Taxation Amendment Bill 2022 be taken into consideration. Chief Minister, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the Meghalaya Professions, Trades, Callings and Employments Taxation Amendment Bill 2022 be taken into consideration.
Motion moved. I will now put the question before the House. The question is that bill be taken into consideration. Those who are in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those who are against say no. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. And the motion for consideration is adopted. Sri James K. Sangma, Minister in Charge Taxation, to move that Meghalaya Profession, Trades, Callings and Employments Taxation Amendment Bill 2022 be passed. Chief Minister, please.
I beg to move that the Meghalaya Professions, Trades, Callings and Employment Taxation Amendment Bill 2022 be passed.
Motion moved. Now let me put the question before the House. The question is that Meghalaya Professions, Trades, Callings and Employment Taxation Amendment Bill 2022 be passed. Those who are for the motion say aye.
Aye.
Those who are against say no. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. The motion is carried and the Meghalaya Professions, Trade, Callings and Employment Taxation Amendment Bill 2022 is passed. Let me read, now we come to item number 17. Let me read out a message from the Governor. Dated 8 September 2022, order. In exercise of the powers conferred by Clause 1 and 3 of the Article 207 of the Constitution of India, I, Satyapal Malik, Governor of Meghalaya, hereby recommend to the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly for introduction, consideration and passing of the Meghalaya Goods and Services Amendment Bill 2022. Signed, Satyapal Malik, Governor of Meghalaya. Shri James K. Sangma, Minister in Charge Taxation, to move that the Meghalaya Goods and Services Amendment Bill 2022 be taken into consideration.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the Meghalaya Goods and Services Tax Amendment Bill 2022 be taken into consideration.
Motion moved. I will now put a question before the House. The question is that bill be taken into consideration. Those who are in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those who are against say no. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. And the motion for consideration is adopted. Now we come to item number 18. Sri James K. Sangma, Minister in Charge Taxation, to move that the Meghalaya Goods and Services Tax Amendment Bill 2022 be passed. Chief Minister, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the Meghalaya Goods and Services Tax Amendment Bill 2022 be passed.
Motion moved. Now let me put a question before the House. The question is that Meghalaya Goods and Services Tax Amendment Bill 2022 be passed. Those who are for the motion say aye.
Aye.
Those who are against say no. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. The motion is carried and Meghalaya Goods and Services Tax Amendment Bill 2022 is passed. Now we come to item number 19. Shri Conrad K. Sangma, Chief Minister in Charge Tourism, to move the Meghalaya Ropeway Bill 2022 be taken into consideration.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the Meghalaya Ropeway Bill 2022 be taken into consideration.
Motion moved. I will now put a question before the House. The question is that the bill be taken into consideration. Those who are in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those who are against say no. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. And the motion for consideration is adopted. Now we come to item number 20. Shri Conrad K. Sangma, Chief Minister in Charge Taxation, to move that Meghalaya Ropeway Bill 2022 be passed. Chief Minister, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the Meghalaya Ropeway Bill 2022 be passed.
Motion moved. Now let me put a question before the House. The question is that Meghalaya Ropeway Bill 2022 be passed. Those who are for the motion say aye.
Aye.
Those who are against say no. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. The motion is carried and Meghalaya Ropeway Bill 2022 is passed.
Since 2014, our country has been plagued by divisive forces. TMC is in Meghalaya with the mission to empower the people, uphold the ethnic cultures and traditions, celebrate the sacred land. To oust the proxy BJP government from Meghalaya, be the change, support TMC by calling on 96877 96877.